Hi, I wanted to come in here today to tell you about a story of a young girl and how she rediscovered her inner GPS. And she thought it was a discovery because she didn't even know she had it. So here's where it began. Well, when she first came on this earth, she had it always. It guided her. And by inner GPS, I mean her heart. When she felt good about something, she expressed that. When she didn't, she expressed that. And it kind of steered her towards the things that she wanted more of or less of. Even as a little girl, it stayed around for a while. So, for example, she would love to go outside. There was a set of trees along her property and a stream running through it. And she loved to create her treehouse. She would prepare the bedroom and the kitchen and the living space, and she would use all the elements from nature to create the chairs and the tables and all the utensils. And she got lost in that for hours. Or she had a set of glass animals and she would play for hours, just creating stories. And as she got a little older, something happened, something shifted. And there was a noise that got louder and louder. That noise included people telling her what she should do or shouldn't do. When she expressed a liking towards something, she would hear back, "Oh, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to do that? This would be better." Oh, she picked out an outfit. "I love this. Oh, but that doesn't match. You can't go out in public like that." And so forth and so forth. And as she continued to grow, she started to notice that anytime she expressed her feeling, her desire, what's in her heart, she would receive a lot of other opinions about it. And whenever she listened to those other opinions, she seemed to be rewarded by that, right? But it was like a tuning fork that was in disguise. So, oh, when I do what this person suggests that I do, this could be a friend, a boss, a parent, a significant other, I would somehow get rewarded by approval. I would get accolades. When I shared an idea at work, or when she shared an idea at work, she would suddenly hear, "Oh, exactly. Uh, but it could be a little bit of this and it could be a little bit of that." So, and then when she received that point of view, and then she would do that, she would get rewarded at work. "Oh, that's a great idea. That's exactly what I thought we should do." And would get promoted, would get receive more money. And so it went. So the story went. And one time she was with an organization for a couple of years, and this voice was so loud, a voice, an inner voice saying, "This doesn't feel right." It was a little familiar to her. And the days got much longer. She always considered herself and always was known as a sort of glass half full person. So she started to feel like every day was a grind. It was harder to get up, it was harder to be positive, and that was wearing on her. And then one day, somebody sent her, somebody who she was a healing guide in her life, said, "I was really inspired to send you this. I don't know why, but here it is." She opened it up, she listened to it, and she thought for the first time since she could remember, she felt like somebody got her, and she didn't even know this person. She just felt that this was somebody that was sort of speaking my language, that understood me. And so she continued to listen. And the more that she listened, the more that she felt aligned with the messaging, the more that she was seeking, I want more of that. And fast forward, she got to meet this guide and she did a retreat, this guide, set up this retreat in this magical place. And this young woman now said, oh my gosh, I'm in. Sign me up for this. I don't even know what it is exactly, but she knew it was for her. She knew it was the first time she was doing something for her by herself, and she knew it was healing. Well, she decided to, since she was going to this magical place she's never been to before, she decided to go a few days early to ground herself. And given the pace of her workday uh, and the length of her work days, she said, I'm going to get grounded. I'm going to take a few days to get almost like ready for the retreat. So she did. She found a beautiful place to stay. She arrived. And on the first day, she noticed that she started to feel emotions, like tears literally rolling down her face. She didn't feel particularly sad about anything. She didn't even know why she was crying. She let it pass, long travel, perhaps maybe a little tired. The second day, she woke up. More of that, a lot more of it. And at the end of that second day, she reached out to the guide that was hosting this beautiful retreat and said, I'm not sure what's happening here, but I literally cannot stop crying. And she replied and said, it's because your soul knows that you're here to heal. More tears and more tears. And this was 4 days, the day of the retreat. She got up, felt very grounded and rested. She did what the guide had told her, just allow it. And on the second day of the retreat, she was she was participating in an activity with the other retreat members and writing down everything that was in her reality, right? It was a reality board versus a vision board. And it included things like archery, sunsets, sunrises, the ocean, the mountains, spa treatments, uh, fire pits, and it went on and on. And as she was writing, doing this writing exercise, it was as if something took over her hand. And she wrote, what would it be like if? And then her pen wrote left and the name of the organization that she was currently working for. Instantaneous relief. It was instantaneous, and she knew that when she returned home, she was going to be leaving that organization. And that was the first moment she felt that familiarity, that inner GPS telling her to follow this, to follow her heart. So she returned back from this wonderful retreat and didn't know exactly how or when this was going to happen. But in about 4 weeks, she had the appropriate conversations, and 3 months later, she left the organization. Never looked for a job during that time. In fact, the other little indicator of following her inner GPS, she knew that she wasn't going to be searching. She knew she was going to be taking some time for herself because she deserved it. And that was the first time she could remember that she ever felt that feeling of deserving it, that she was worth it. And so she did. And this is how she rediscovered her inner GPS, that inner guided system that was telling her to follow her heart or move away from the things, the dense things that are not aligning with her happy. And so next time, I'll tell you a little bit more about how she discovered her purpose and one particular thing, what she refers to as her happy place. Well, in the meantime, I would love to hear from you. When was the last time you listened to your inner GPS? Until then.